Nicole's here for Mobile Geeks, and today I'm going to be going over the top 10 features of Sony's new flagship device, the Xperia Z2.
The Z2 comes with a 5.2-inch Full HD 1080p display. Under the hood, we've got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 quad-core processor. This processor includes four 2.3 GHz Crate CPUs, as well as an Adreno 330 GPU, as well as the ability to connect with 4G LTE. We've also got 3 GB of RAM for all the next generation applications. Since you spend a lot of time looking at your smartphone, it's important that it has a gorgeous display. We have a 5.2-inch triluminous display that's Full HD, and the color gambit looks amazing. It's the widest available on a Sony Xperia line yet. If we check out the viewing angles, they're nice and wide. You don't really lose any saturation when you go side to side. Just take a look at these photos and see for yourself.
Battery life on a phone is really important, and a 3,200 milliampere battery, no one can argue that that is a killer size. And just as a bonus, Sony's got some battery technology, some stamina modes and some battery modes, and some, if you really want to get aggressive about maintaining battery life, you have options built in natively.
The fact that this smartphone is waterproof for up to 30 minutes is pretty awesome, as it really appeals to the klutzy and the crazy in me.
A good camera on a smartphone is very important, and we have a 20 megapixel camera on this shooter, and it comes with an LED flash. Now there are some other amazing features that come with this, and 4K video recording is one of them. So here's some 4K footage. So since the screen is only 1080p, I can actually zoom in on what's going on. But what's cool is I actually shoot my hand, and skin's always a very good demo. So you can get nice and close, really nice and close. You can see all of my little hand wrinkles. I think that's some amazing texture. 4K camera. Now let's just pause that and see how far away that actually is for what's being zoomed in on. That's pretty amazing.
But these are all yes.
So now things don't end there with the camera. I have to admit, slow-mo deserved a category of its own. Now it's capable of shooting 120 frames per second, so I shot a slow-mo of me snapping my fingers, and then I decided to slow it down. But what's cool is I can go into the editor and slow it down even more. So actually, if I just kind of, let's move this over here, you'll see here that this is the blue part that I slowed down before I went to save it in. So now I'm snapping, so you'll see I'm snapping my fingers, right, at a normal speed, and then you'll see what happens when I slow it down using the regular time shift. So there you go. So now it's been slowed down. It's almost like it's kind of stopped. But you can see that everything's still quite crisp. Everything's really nice and clean. You can see my nails are a little bit dirty even. Sorry guys. Busy day at the show floor, but look how slow that is. Since the Z2 has a serious camera, it's nice that the hardware comes with a physical camera button. When you're trying to take photos and you're actually trying to take nice photos with your phone, it's nice to have the physical camera button, because when you push on the display to take a photo, you can actually kind of shake the phone as you're doing. My favorite feature on any smartphone is always tap to unlock. Another cool ecosystem fact is that we have, obviously, Sony PlayStation. So if you are one of the lucky ones who's in geography where Sony is actually doing this, unfortunately Spain isn't a part of it, so there are no titles showing up for content. So since Sony Mobile is definitely affiliated with Sony Studios, it's not surprising that Sony's taken some time to customize some really interesting software to enable sharing from your device. And it's nice when you can throw it onto different displays. So if we kind of get started, you can see the different places that you can throw your music to.
And for all you audiophiles out there, we have digital noise cancellation, which means that the processing for the noise cancelling actually happens on the handset.